everyone. Thank you for joining me for this very last minute review of a movie that was just released only a few hours ago, The Cloverfield Paradox. I'm going to be doing a quick review of this movie. Story centers around Eva Hamilton, one of several scientists and/or astronauts on the Cloverfield station, where they're testing a particle accelerator to create an energy source for the not too distant future where energy is becoming scarce, thus causing havoc and unrest around the world. After painstaking amount of time and effort, the team finally starts to make headway with the Shepard particle accelerator, but this success is not without its own problems, as they find that their efforts have made the Earth disappear. Odd and terrifying things start happening on the station, threatening the mission and their lives. Turns out that messing with particle accelerators can create world of problems, literally breaking the space-time continuum of this dimension and others. Overall, I enjoyed this movie. The cast was great and even managed to have notable amount of chemistry together despite a lack of time to build it on screen. Whenever dealing with space and sci-fi, the production value plays a critical role. Just like the cast, this is also done very well. Sets look great, and they do a great job of meshing this space station and the world of the future, while at the same time keeping this world grounded in the mind of its audience. For a film taking place almost entirely in space in the future, screwing around with particles in alternate dimensions, it doesn't feel like a distant and unrelatable story. Those things being said, the only straight ad that we ever had for this film, a very short spot during tonight's Super Bowl, it promised we would finally find out after 10 years since the first movie why the events of the first Cloverfield took place. And to its credit, it does explain this, basically. But this explanation doesn't come without leaving questions concerning 10 Cloverfield Lane as well. This movie has been in post-production for a very long time, with rumors of a lot of post-production rewrites and reshoots, with the studio still not being happy with it, which is why some have speculated it finally ended up in Netflix, even just after an announcement a couple weeks ago of a changed release date for April. You can see these issues at times in the film too. While it's not completely disjointed, actually I thought the story was much smoother than I expected it to be, considering what I was hearing about its production. It does feel like there's a lack of explanation as to what's happening in the film at times. It's ironic because the Super Bowl spot promises an explanation for the first Cloverfield movie, tidying up that house, while at the same time the Cloverfield Paradox has a hard time making its own bed and keeping its dirty laundry off the floor. It didn't make much sense to me why certain things were happening, but were to accept it solely because, particle accelerator messing with stuff. If you can't get past that, you might struggle with this movie. Overall though, I enjoyed the ride the Cloverfield Paradox took me on. I think there's enough here for casual viewers who know nothing about Cloverfield to have a good time, and hardcore fans will likely enjoy this chapter, as this one is as odd yet appropriately fit into the Cloverfield IP as the last two. Well, let me know what you think though. How do you feel about the film? Do you think it's a proper fit with the other two movies? Do you like the answer this movie gave when it comes to the first Cloverfield movie? Comment below and let's see what everyone thinks.
Hey people, thank you for tuning into this episode and taking a listen. If you like our content, if you like what you're listening to, there anything we go over, hey please, we would not only love to hear more from you, but if great, if you could throw some support, you can subscribe right below. Also, you can toss us a line anytime, that's ksongmedia@gmail.com. Of course, you can tune in for our channel anytime for movie reviews, game reviews, a lot of random wacky stuff. Who knows what you'll hear. And of course, our episode each week where we're bringing the nerdiest things we can find, pick up, and maybe not find. Maybe the stuff that just drops in our laps. But anyway, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We hope to hear from you again later. Take care.